Dave Anthony, Fox News. President Trump will tell us tonight.
And it's a big speech, an important speech. We cover immigration, and for many years, they've been talking immigration. They never got anything done.
He'll also talk up the economy, discuss trade and national security in his first State of the Union address. At least 11 Democrats plan to boycott. Others may wear black. Some celebrities held a rally last night. The People's State of the Union. Filmmaker Michael Moore said the president must be removed from office.
That is, at this point, a moral imperative for each and every one of us.
It's now up to President Trump if a memo House Republicans voted to make public alleging abuse of government surveillance is released. Congressman Jim Jordan.
I think he'll go thumbs up. Let every journalist in the country see it. More importantly, let every American see this memo.
Fox's Rachel Sutherland live in Washington.
Dave, the 4-page memo reportedly makes the case the Obama administration got a warrant to spy on the Trump campaign, based at least in part on the unverified Fusion GPS dossier. House Intelligence Committee ranking Democrat Adam Schiff was against releasing the document.
Today, this committee voted to put the president's personal interest, perhaps their own political interest, above the national interest.
Democrats wanted the committee to also release a rebuttal to the memo, but Republicans voted that down. President Trump has 5 days to decide whether to make the memo public. Dave?
Rachel, the day after the FBI director read the memo, we found out Deputy Director Andrew McCabe is out of that job weeks before he was supposed to retire. He'd been a frequent target of the president's for his handling of the Clinton email investigation.
The White House had nothing to do with that decision, and that you'll have to refer your questions to, I guess, Mr. McCabe and the FBI.
Counselor to the president, Kellyanne Conway. The Trump administration's decided not to put any more sanctions on Russia over the campaign meddling, but it did release a list of 210 Russian politicians and business leaders who flourished under President Putin. Putin calls that a hostile step by the U.S. Fox News, fair and balanced.
All money managers may seem pretty much the same. But while some money managers may recommend high commission investment products, Fisher Investments avoids them. Some money managers may have hidden and layered fees. Fisher Investments never does. And while some money managers are happy to earn commissions from you, whether you do well or not, Fisher Investments fees are structured so we do better when you do better. In other words, we're structured to be on your side. Maybe that's why most of our clients come to us from other money managers. Talk with us and find out why so many experienced investors are switching to and staying with Fisher Investments. Fisher Investments, clearly better money management. Investments in securities involve the risk of loss. Visit us at FisherInvestments.com to find out what we can do for you.
President Trump says we must defend those who cannot defend themselves. He's unhappy. Democrats have succeeded at the Senate, blocking a bill that would have put new restrictions on abortion.
A 20-week abortion ban has stalled in the Senate, unable to win 60 votes needed to end the filibuster.
Banning abortion does not end it. It just means that women undergo unsafe procedures and lives are lost.
California Democrat Dianne Feinstein is critical Republicans are using floor time to debate what she calls a dangerous bill. South Carolina Republican Lindsey Graham is a sponsor of the legislation.
If science urges you to sing to the child, I want the law to stop an abortion unless there's a darn good reason.
3 Democrats did vote to advance the measure. 2 Republicans were no votes. On Capitol Hill, Jared Halpern, Fox News.
The government is doing more to shine light on the dark web in the battle against opioid addiction.
Attorney General Jeff Sessions says the numbers sadly speak for themselves.
2016 saw an estimated 64,000 Americans die of drug overdose, 1 every 9 minutes.
Sessions in Pittsburgh unveiling a new resource to hunt down online drug traffickers, the Joint Criminal Opioid Darknet Enforcement Team.
A J-Code team will coordinate across the FBI offices around the world to target and disrupt the sale of synthetic opioids and other drugs on the dark net.
Fighting addiction and opioid abuse are top priorities for the Trump administration. Steve Rappaport, Fox News.
Famed investor Warren Buffett calls skyrocketing healthcare costs a hungry tapeworm on the American economy. So he's working with Amazon and JP Morgan Chase to create a new healthcare company. They say it would be free from profit-making incentives and constraints. Maybe a big sell-off brewing on Wall Street. Stock futures way down more than 200 for the Dow. The morning after the Dow plunged 177 points. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News Radio.
Hey, good morning. ESPN 93.5, 3-day forecast from the National Weather Service brought to you by the Blossom Basket Florist, from simple to simply magnificent. 2 locations, Village at the Crossing, Champaign, Cunningham, and Urbana, 367 Rose, or BlossomBasket.com. It is the 30th of January, Tuesday morning. We'll ask the vet, Dr. Todd Likens, later this hour. You have any dog or cat questions? You can text those in at 359-2255. Here's our weather, Diane Ducey.
Beautiful morning, Stevie J. I noticed all these Larry Canfor moments on the way in, with the pink on the horizon and the trees without any leaves. It just looks so perfect.
They used to call it Canfor time, and then it was dun 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 dun. What's that guy in the 90s? It was like a rapper. I said, wow, I can't. Dun 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 dun. I can't remember.
Okay,
20-some years ago. Wow.
Sunshine today and a high 34, 27 our low tonight, up to 48 tomorrow.
Can't touch this.
Okay, gotcha. Hammer time.
Hammer time.
MC Hammer.
Man,
I'm trying to see how that relates to my nice sunrise.
Because I said it's hammer time. It's Canfor time.
Okay, gotcha.
That's where I got that.
Okay, thank you.
Well, you started it. You brought it up, and then my 94-year-old brain came up with that one.
Doing a quick into the forecast.
You said it.
Here.
I didn't start that.
Well, warmer tomorrow, high 48, 35 the high, with some precipitation in the forecast and breezy conditions on Thursday. Sunny, high 25, low 18 on Friday. Right now we're at 15. Wind chill at 7, but it's not very breezy out right now.
No,
so
it's
enjoy the morning.
It's a nice, solid winter morning.
ESPN 93.5.
Yeah. Okay. It is State of the Union tonight.
Yes.
Looking forward to watching that. People have already decided that it's awful. They went to New York University and said, and we're asking students at one of the top universities in the country.
Yeah, but New York University.
Very liberal.
Yes.
They said, this guy said, what do you think of Trump starting that chant, build the wall? And they're going, I just thought that was awful. Well, that didn't happen.
You leave it.
It doesn't matter.
Gee.
I couldn't believe that. Come on, my brightest. We have Front Page News Gazette. Is it front page? Yep. Had a nice picture of Luke Butkus and Darren Williams.
Nice.
Jock Jams. And then James from St. Jude's also pictured here.
Okay, great.
And they judged Jock Jams, dominated, I guess, by the U of I men's gymnastics team.
Perfect 10.
Okay. It looked like they're having a ton of fun with some of the pictures.
I'm curious about James from St. Jude. That's the kind of people we're going to be helping out on US 105.9 on February 1st and 2nd.
This week? Yeah, Thursday,
and
Friday. Okay, listen to US 105.9 as we raise money for St. Jude's.
And a special thanks to Lance Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing for being a part of it.
Yeah, they're one of our titles.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we every year on US 105.9, our country station, we raise money for these kids at St. Jude. And
last year over $20,000.
That's amazing. Yeah. So that'll be Thursday, Friday. But anyway, and picture in the Gazette this morning. Also on the front page, talking, of course, about tonight's State of the Union. I don't understand, as I said yesterday, how you just don't show. If you're a member of Congress, you've got to go. You can sit on your hands, but you got to go. It's an annual deal. You may not like him or like it, but you got to go. That's what I think. Also, I see here, remove all remnants of the chief. Illiniwek logos still found scattered around campus.
Oh, no.
The student government at the U of I pushing to the school to remove all remaining Chief Illiniwek images from campus. Student body president Raneem Shadselin and other students plan to meet today with Chancellor Robert Jones to discuss the resolution, which could also surface as a proposal in the campus academic senate. Approved last week, the resolution calls on the campus to remove all chief logos and related imagery in U of I buildings. The resolution cites the 2007 agreement with the NCAA to stop the use of Chief Illiniwek and related Native American imagery in connection with U of I athletics. It asserts that the logo is offensive to many students, runs counter to the U of I's value of inclusion, violates various non-discrimination laws. So the chancellor goes on and says, hey, if somebody's in their workspace, we're not going to be able to stop any of that. And, if you're wearing a Chief Illiniwek shirt on campus, free speech, right? It's free speech.
Yes, it is.
And you ought not to get in their face and be violent or anything like they did during the homecoming parade with the Honor of the Chief Society. Where we have evolved to is that you will believe what I say or I will be in your face and we'll get violent. It's not like, okay, I've got my views, you have your views, you stand over there, pick it and do all your thing. It's in your face and let's fight. Let's go.
I know that. We saw it at the parade.
Well, it's wrong. You can't climb on the Chancellor's convertible and essentially shut down the parade because of your views.
Right.
That's not right. Nobody should say that's right. And if you think that's right, then you're part of Antifa.
Mm-hmm.
You're part of the move on people that want to get in your face and stop you and shut you down. That is totally diametrically, completely opposite of what we have here. I can believe in the chief. You can disagree with me, but you can't stop my thoughts. You can't stop me from wearing a T-shirt. You can't.
Tim in Ogden text in at 359-2255 here on ESPN 93.5 saying many students, in air quotes, like 10 at the most.
Yeah, right.
Meaning it's the vocal minority.
If you did a vote on campus, bring back Chief Alinowick, it'd get 80%.
Probably so.
It'd get 80%. And yet the 20 would come out with, shields and they'd be in black Antifa. I mean, Antifa would come into town. I don't know if we have any Antifa here, but they'd come. It's so wrong. You can't, we can disagree, but to be civil about it. But it's shouting now. And of course now we get into all the stuff going on right now with this memo that, has got so much in it. And all you do with all of that is simply deny. It's a lie. It's not true. It's distorted. It's all that. What else can you do? And with the way we have coverage these days, it's being coverage at, well, I don't think it's true. There are things that have happened during this whole FISA thing and the dossier and all of the lies. And just a few people at our wonderful FBI, and it's just a few because the rank and file are awesome. I know some FBI people, they are good men and women. But you've got some bad people at the top that have really given this a bad name. And it appears, and the memo's going to be probably released this week, you're going to see stuff, and the only thing the left can do is say it's a lie. Listen, if I'm talking about the people caught on video selling baby parts from Planned Parenthood, and all you got to do is say it didn't happen. Well, I didn't. No, it's a lie. Edited. Video. Editing. It's all a lie. Just deny it. And there's a core of people who say, man, I heard it's a lie. Just say it isn't true. It's all you do. You just deny, and say, well, they're just a bunch of racist, homophobe bigots, and just do that, and then shout at them, and then go get violent in their face. I mean, it is a most contentious point, and it's far left stuff, and it's very few that are that far left. Most good people, well-intentioned people, are fairly reasonable at discussing stuff and talking about, we can disagree. That's fine. But you can't stop me from my thoughts. You can't stop me from my free speech. You can't stop that, and you can't get violent with me. I might fight back, and then what do you got? A bunch of fights. It's just ridiculous. And people that never thought they'd say anything about politics ever in the last decades woke up.
Yep.
And they got tired, and they said no, and they said this doesn't feel right. This isn't right. And then you got Donald Trump. And then it stopped Trump no matter what. Do you realize that the stock market hasn't done what it's done maybe in the history of the United States? I mean, we got more people working. We have the lowest unemployment in African-American and Hispanic community ever recorded. Do you hear much about that?
No.
It's all about how bad a man Trump is and what a distraction is to get off the Russia investigation. This is crazy. And most of you realize that. You realize this doesn't make any sense. There's a lot of lying going on. And to try and sort through and really find out what the facts are is not easy. Because everybody's got a bit of point of view on whatever reporting they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
We have lost journalism in the sense of the true journalism of here's what I've got. I'm trying to stay out of it, but this has gotten too emotional and people are too involved to not give their thoughts and angle the story in whatever way they want. If you want to chime in, 359-2255, 359-2255, you're welcome to do so. It's 7:15. Here we go with our sports headlines. Basketball tonight at State Farm at 6 now. It's a 6 o'clock start.
Yeah. And it looks like the Vegas line says minus 4.5 Illinois.
We're favored by 4.5.
Okay. Right. I didn't know how to read that, but thank you for interpreting.
4.5 point favorites. Rutgers tonight. Now, Rutgers took Michigan State to overtime in East Lansing, so they're a good. We just have to play well.
Exactly.
If we play well, we'll win. If we don't, we'll lose. That's all.
Right. And Rutgers is 2-8 in the conference. We are 1-8. They are 12-11 on the season. We are 11-11. So it should be a good matchup tonight. And power forward Deshaun Freeman is one of the Scarlet Knights that we're keeping an eye on and hoping to shut down. A lot of people are talking about Darren Williams being in the audience tonight, perhaps. And we all love to see him as it's not Flying Illini, right? It was back in the not Flying Illini days, right?
With Darren Williams?
Yeah.
05.
Okay.
He was the march to the championship. D and Darren and James and
that's right.
Roger.
Anyway, he was in
Luther.
Thank you for that.
Bobbleheads. Right
you do remember all
that.
Yeah. Jock Jams was last night, and as we mentioned, men's gymnastics got the perfect 10, as they typically should. We had number 24 Michigan over Northwestern yesterday, 58-47. Nebraska over Wisconsin, 74-63 in Madison. The AP Top 25 poll for college basketball has Villanova, Virginia, and Purdue as the top 3, like last week. Then Duke, and number 5 is Michigan State, up 1. Ohio State is at number 17, and as I mentioned, Michigan at number 24. In NBA action, Indy over Charlotte's Hornets yesterday, 105-96. NHL is back in action. Tonight we have the Blackhawks at Nashville, and St. Louis will host Montreal. Torrey Pines had Jason Day, ended up beating Alex Noren. That playoff holes went to 6 after 5 on Sunday, so they
got
just
out
had
there.
A shot yesterday.
Everybody was interesting. I didn't know anything about this, but apparently nobody was allowed in Riviera to watch that last hole.
Oh,
because they could not do the security.
I see. Everybody went home.
Well, they went home, but they just didn't think they could secure it.
Oh.
Which is weird. So when they were playing on 18, they only played one hole. The whole thing had to, plan. You had to change all the travel stuff for all the entourages for Jason Day and this Alex Norén.
Yes.
The Swedish guy. So they did all that, and they get out, and it's a 13-minute hole. It's over. Alex Norén hits it in the water on his second shot, going for it in 2. And then Jason stuck his third shot's par 5 to about 18 inches. Anyway, it's weird, though, because they see the shot and it comes near the hole and the handlers are clapping. There's nobody there.
Kind of anticlimactic.
Only guy there, the guy that, works over there in the restaurant came on out.
Okay, everybody, come on out. Just leave your spot. Exactly. The J.T. Walker's High School Sports Showcase tonight is St. Thomas More hosting Unity. The Carl Sports Medicine, be ready when the whistle blow, one of our sponsors, the new location at First and Windsor in Champaign. We also have family-owned and operated Illini Mattress, online IlliniMattress.com. i3 Broadband, another option for your internet, voice, and TV without the contracts. Check out their fiber network today online at i3broadband.com. Roof Doctors have the roof your home deserves, roofdoctorsco.com. And Long's Garage with professional auto repair from ASE certified technicians at 503 East Main in downtown Urbana. STM and Unity tonight at 7:30 here on ESPN 93.5.
You can always text in and join us with whatever thoughts, whatever you want to chime in about. Feel free, 359-2255. We'll ask Dr. Todd Likens, Ask the Vet, coming up in a half an hour. Any dog or cat questions, you can send those in as well. Here's your weather.
A nice start to our day. Plenty of sunshine. Today's high 34, 27, our low tonight. More windy tomorrow as we get a high of 48, then dipping down to 31. 35 with morning clouds and a slight chance of precipitation on Thursday. Down to the single digits of 9 Thursday evening as things get cooler as we wrap up the week. Right now we're at 15 on ESPN 93.5.
Okay, Tom Izzo talked to ESPN, extraordinarily uncomfortable. I mean, it's Tom Izzo, the head basketball coach at Michigan State. Let me replay that the boys had on last night.
Okay.
Fox Business Minute brought to you by Starla Car, Provident Financial Group in Champaign, where partnerships are built on trust. Find Starlet Provident Financial Group, LLC.com. It's ESPN 93.5. It's Tuesday, 7:20.
From the Fox Business Network, 3 major companies say they'll stop using health insurance businesses for their U.S. employees and will instead form a nonprofit to administer health care. Amazon, Berkshire Hathaway, and J.P. Morgan Chase say the independent company will focus on technology solutions. The companies are promising simplified, high-quality, and transparent health care at reasonable cost. Insurance company Aetna just reported a better-than-expected quarter. Drug maker Pfizer's quarter also topped forecasts. Volkswagen is suspending its executive accused of heading the unit that's accused of using monkeys to test the effects of auto exhaust fumes. Thomas Stegg says he will accept full responsibility. VW says it is still investigating what happened. The Dow was down 177 yesterday. With the Fox Business Report, I'm Ginny Cosola.
Friends, are you taking Viagra for ED? Well, you could be paying too much. Now you can take Sildenafil, the active ingredient in Viagra, for just $2 per tablet. $2 for a 20-milligram tablet, saving $40 per dose. Marley Drug is a North Carolina pharmacy delivering Sildenafil to your doorstep. Go to marleygenerics.com. That's Marley, marleygenerics.com. Or call 1-800-452-1760. That's 1-800-452-1760.
Hi, I'm Habib, and this is your Motivational Minute. A speaker started off a seminar by holding up a $20 bill. He asked the 200 people in the audience, who would like this $20 bill? And everyone raised their hands. He said, I'm going to give this $20 bill to one of you, but first let me do this. And he crumpled up the bill. He then asked, who still wants it? All 200 people raised their hands. Then he dropped the bill on the ground and stomped on it with his shoes. He picked it up and asked, now who still wants it? And all hands went up. My friends, I have just shown you a very important lesson. No matter what I did to the money, you still wanted it because it did not decrease in value. Many times in our lives, life crumples up and grinds us into the dirt. We feel worthless, but no matter what has happened or what will happen, you will never lose your value. You are special. Don't ever forget it. At BPC and A&R Mechanical, you are special, and we measure our success by your satisfaction. For your heating, cooling, or plumbing needs, call A&R, and our team of professionals will work their magic for you.
Thank you, Habib. 722, ESPN 93.5, State of the Union. You ought to listen or watch tonight. I totally think you should. I watched when I didn't agree with Barack Obama. I watched for Bill Clinton. I think you should.
I was just looking at the list of politicians from Illinois that won't be attending. So it looks like there's 4 here. Representative Bobby Rush, also Jan Schakowsky.
All Chicago people.
Okay, gotcha.
All right. You had said starting out the show that you saw kind of Canfor time.
Yeah.
Then I blipped back 20-some years when I used to do this. Can't touch this. It's Canfor time. Let's go.
Can't touch this.
That's right.
Can't touch this.
Best photographer in the world, who's up already this morning, probably looking at all this stuff. I haven't seen MC Hammer and played probably.
I know.
This is big in like 95 or something.
Had some Hammer pants back in the day.
I have had plenty of comments about how people should respond to different situations and what they should say, kind of thing. I think I'd help everybody that goes to a microphone say the right things. This one is tricky. This is Michigan State's Tom Izzo, the head basketball coach, asked poignantly by ESPN about now that the Larry Nassar, what an evil, bad man that abused 160 women, gymnastics doctor. Mm-hmm. This guy, wow. Oh, sick. Sickening. So then they started looking at Michigan State a little more because he was the guy at Michigan State. Mm-hmm. So there have been stuff that have happened on the football team, like quite a few sexual assaults and rape allegations and stuff, and apparently on the basketball team as well.
Wow.
Over the years. So now that we're in East Lansing, we're having a look around. Like, what about this? What about this? So I've always regarded Tom Izzo as a straight-up good guy.
Sure.
He sounded pretty uncomfortable with all this stuff.
We want to give you every opportunity to answer questions. There's a lot of questions. A big one is, why did Travis leave the program in 2010?
I don't.
Well, right now we're off to a really bad start.
Right, because we had a few seconds of gathering
we're
my thoughts.
We're stuttering. You just hear Tom Izzo this whole time. It's like, oh boy.
I don't know what you mean. He graduated.
He was with your staff throughout 2010. An allegation came forward later that year that from a woman and her family to the athletic department that he and two of your players raped her. He then left the program later that year in 2010. Why?
Yeah, you would know why. You would know why.
To be honest with you, I don't remember why he left.
Oh, boy. That's bad, because you know that.
No, he went to Europe to play, and as you know, I'll
this is the only thing he leans on. I will, go along with whatever he says.
I'll still say I'll cooperate with any investigation that's made. I did it then. I did it before.
So that's pretty much what the lawyer told him to say is I'll cooperate with any investigation then and now.
And I'm not going to answer any questions that aren't pertaining to either basketball or things that I am not going to talk about right now.
Okay. Let me ask you this question then. Looking back at the way sexual assault allegations have been handled by your basketball program, do you have any regrets?
I've cooperated with every investigation, every one.
Yeah, boy.
And I will continue to cooperate with every investigation, every one.
You understand folks have a lot of questions.
Yeah, probably.
Oh, boy.
Not giving many answers.
Nope, not gonna right now. Sorry.
All right, thank you, Coach.
Okay, so that's Tom Izzo, and again, there's layers here. So I always say, well, I know what to say. I need to know more about this one. First of all, if you've got a problem from then and you didn't do a good job on the procedures, somebody claims one of your guys raped her, that is something for the police. That is something for law enforcement. That's not a disciplinary thing. That's a law thing. So if you have a history of that, I don't know what I can tell you except don't do the interview. I've been advised by Michigan State. All of these we take obviously incredibly seriously. It's awful, and we know that we deal with horrific things on all campuses, and all programs seem to have incidents from time to time, and they're awful, and we go through the procedures, and we get a state's attorney, we get all the legal involved, we go through the law enforcement that handle rape allegations. That's what should happen. If Michigan State's never done that and they kind of sit out a game, oh boy, you got issues.
Yeah.
That's why I don't think Tom Izzo, except to say in that tone, boy, how do you go back and change that?
In response to that, at 359-2255, John had said Izzo knows the writing is on the wall. There's a reason why he looks like he hasn't slept in a week. If this hadn't happened, they would have built a statue in his honor. Now he knows he will be fired.
Well, again, you get involved in culture, right? This is how we handle it here. This is how we do that. This guy, there's this, well, he says it didn't happen. He says it was consensual. Those are things that you got to go through and you do the legal steps. If a woman comes forward, you've got to go through the legal steps. You do the DNA, you do all of that. You got to jump out and do it though. It's not it's horrible.
Right away.
Right away. And of course, you might have, got, a little too much to drink, and then you didn't mean
blame
to.
Yourself.
Well, yeah, and women blame themselves all the time.
I know.
And then if you get in a position where you've both been drinking, it's pretty tough legally to do a lot about it.
I know.
But she said yes, no, she said no.
Was it consensual?
Right. So it's just how have they handled it, and it sounds like Tom Izzo is caught in a history of not good, because there are procedures, and maybe and listen, there are a lot of universities looking at their stuff. What do we do? How do we handle these things? When are they credible? That's the $1 million question, right? Mm-hmm. When do you go forward? Stuff happens on our campus at the University of Illinois every night. What happens? Somebody reports it, somebody doesn't. They were stumbling drunk. They weren't drunk. He really assaulted me. He did this. It's hard to sort out when it's he said, she said.
Mm-hmm.
But Tom Izzo did not sound very good. And it's a shame because I think overall I thought he was a terrific guy, but I don't know if Michigan State and his basketball program have handled them properly. If you have a serious assault, a rape claim, and you don't want that to get out because in the press and all this stuff.
Right.
So those things are a lot behind closed doors, but man, oh man, he did not sound good, I don't think, in that. Okay, a little more on State of the Union. We're going to call Rachel Sutherland. She's out in Washington. Fox News Radio will touch on tonight's speech just a little bit more. Law Enforcement Official of the Month, Sarah Links, is coming in. Can't wait after 8 from Urbana. Stand by, 7:30 ESPN.
Fox News Radio, I'm Chris Foster. President Trump gives his first State of the Union address tonight to talk about his first year in office and goals for what's next. White House counsel Kellyanne Conway tells Fox and Friends.
People will be very uplifted tonight. It's a very positive speech.
It's scheduled to start at 9:10 p.m. Eastern Time. House Intelligence Committee Republicans have voted to release a memo including classified information that they say shows the Russia election meddling investigation is biased against President Trump. Democrats say that memo is misleading.
Adam Schiff, the top Democrat on the House Intelligence Committee, objected to the release.
A very sad day, I think, in the history of this committee.
Republican Mike Conaway says the panel's decision has nothing to do with presidential politics.
We are not defending anybody. This is about the process.
The FBI and Justice Department strongly oppose the memo's release.
Fox's Rachel Sutherland in D.C. Fox News. We report, you decide.
Well, congratulations to Ben Quattrone over at Honda BMW Champaign. He found out recently that Honda has been awarded the Honda President's Award for 2017. That means you got a Honda dealership in Champaign-Urbana that is top 10 in the nation.
Awesome.
That means service and vehicles and repair and happy and customers, all that. That's not easy to do.
Right.
When they took over this dealership, they were bottom 10 in America. Now they're top 10. So a tip of the cap to all of the people, all the sales and service, and it takes a lot of good team members to pull this off. So I really want to congratulate Honda. Love going out there. I talk about their Beamer showroom, the BMW showroom that's new, and the white floors. And if you do drop your spaghetti, you could just crisscross applesauce.
Makes you wonder if that's part of the rankings, you know?
Well, that's more on the Beamer side, but the Honda side's fine. They just don't have a white floor.
Gotcha.
That caught my attention. Anyway, go by today. Okay, tell Ben congratulations and tell everybody that is associated with Honda BMW Champaign, way to go. Honda BMW Champaign, drivechampaign.com, drivechampaign.com. You're welcome to text in anything we discuss. Happy to communicate at 359-2255. 359-2255. I do have the Legacy Club access tickets, the good seats in the Legacy Club area, a.k.a. Section B for townies. I have to sometimes translate.
Okay.
I think elbows on a table. I need to really go sit in them so I can describe. But I believe they're right behind the basket. Nice and pretty close. So we'll do that as we go, probably 8 o'clock hour. CMI, Chemical Maintenance Incorporated, online, CMIClean.com. They're locally owned and operated, and female-owned, actually, Betsy Parks. Betsy and Brad, but Betsy's the majority owner, and it's a female-owned business that has all your janitorial supplies. So I know you get, like, paper towels somewhere, or cleaning stuff somewhere. Go to CMI, they'll deliver, and they're local.
That's right.
I love shopping local when I can.
Me too.
CMIClean.com. Put them in your circle of trust today. CMIClean.com, 359-6262.
Busey is pleased to partner for purpose and progress, fulfilling dreams since 1868. From helping families own homes, attend college, and retire worry-free, Busey is honored to serve countless customers and communities for 150 years. Celebrate with Busey. For details, visit Busey.com/150. Busey, your dream, our promise. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Something's coming up the plumbing, and you're really in a bind. It's creaking and it's leaking, and you're running out of time. You need a plumber right away, and there's only one to call. It doesn't really matter if your problem's large or small. Clark Plumbing and Heating is your expert for all. Call them today and say hooray, because Clark Plumbing and Heating always saves the day. Find out why customers always give Clark Plumbing 2 thumbs up. Clark Plumbing and Heating, 356-5356. That's 356-5356. Or clark-plumbing.com.
Market View, car wash and lube, the touchless car wash.
Easy Lube, the touchless car wash, shining through for you. Market View, car wash and lube.
Here we go. ESPN 93.5 3-day forecast from the National Weather Service.
Looks nice with the sunshine. Today's high 34, 27 our low tonight, up to 48. That's the warm spot of the week tomorrow. Then more clouds come our way. Windy conditions, 31 our low in the evening. Morning clouds expected Thursday as we get into February. High 35, low 9. 25 the high on Friday as we wrap up the week with some sunshine. Sunny now, and the temperature's at 16.
Yep, 16.
ESPN 93.5.
Yeah, chilly morning here. End of January. February is Thursday, day after tomorrow. And then March, something we spring ahead already. So, and February is short. We got Rutgers tonight. We're 4.5-point favorites. And again, Illinois Rutgers is a 6 o'clock tip tonight. So it's earlier. And I'm sure Mr. Underwood will have things in hand by 8 o'clock in State of the Union time, so I need to watch that.
Okay.
And I do expect Donald Trump to... I predict he'll be very, very, very good tonight. I don't think he'll have that brash in-your-face thing. I think he'll be a bit like conciliatory, magnanimous, trying to bring the Democrats in on some things. I hope that the people that are not going, for whatever statement they're making, that they do fill the seat, because there are a lot of Americans that would love to be in the chamber. We'll talk to John Decker about it all tomorrow or Thursday. He'll be in the chamber. He just gets giddy. He just thinks the history of it and being there and all that, which is great. Mm-hmm. Our Congressman Davis is inviting Jason Worth, who's a Illinois guy.
Okay.
Has made $1 gazillion in baseball. Recently with the Nationals, still a free agent baseball player. Jason Worth will be Rodney Davis' special guest at the State of the Union.
In this most recent article, it says more than 60 Democrats plan to skip Trump's inauguration.
Inauguration, State of the Union.
Or State of the Union.
60 Democrats.
Because of immigration, health, gun violence, and sexual misconduct.
So that's a really adult thing to do. Don't go. And that away.
Well, there's plenty of people who will fill those seats.
Please do, because it's irresponsible, I think.
I mean, to me, it's part of your job to hear what your boss is saying.
But that kind of magnifies where we are. Can't even go to talk. You can't even get in there.
Right.
Because you've got your position and the midterms are ahead and you don't care because you don't want them to have any success because then they might win. That's what it's about. And Ruth Bader Ginsburg has another speaking engagement tonight. I think that's ridiculous, too. Whether you voted for that person or not, you need to be in that chamber. That's what I believe. 359-2255. If you want to text in, Rachel Sutherland, Fox News Ace Reporter. Yo!
I'm great. How are you doing?
Well, big night. The State of the Union. What do you expect, Rachel?
It's a big night, for the president. Any president, really. This is a time for a president to be able to reflect on the year that's passed and set the agenda and the tone for the year going forward. The White House is saying that this is going to be a speech where the president touts economic progress. He's going to talk about the record stock market highs, his ability to roll back regulations, the confirmation of Justice Neil Gorsuch to the Supreme Court, tax cuts, also taking back the caliphate from the Islamic State in Iraq and Syria. So the overarching theme, though, is building a safe, strong, and proud America, according to the White House.
Yeah. Okay. Well, there certainly have been accomplishments. Any word you think of the memo?
Wow, that's the thing. One thing about President Trump is he tends to go off script.
Yeah.
There's a chance he could veer off and talk about this, or there's a chance he could tweet about it on the way there. I mean, there's so many different scenarios that this could play out. The memo itself is really making headlines. It's even in the New York Times this morning, basically alleging that the Obama administration used the FISA court to spy on the Trump campaign. Now, that wouldn't be such a big deal if they had the basis of it was, well, we have evidence that Russia is trying to influence the election, right? That would make sense that they would do that. But here's the problem, that this is what the memo, I mean, I don't have confirmation because I haven't seen the memo, but it would allege, reportedly, that the dossier, which was funded by the Clinton campaign, was used as partly the basis to get this warrant. If that's true, I'm not a lawyer, but, I mean, that's using Oppo research, one administration against
right.
the other party.
It's a dangerous when you use government and authority in government for political purposes. We Richard Nixon, the IRS, he always said you can't do that, you can't start that stuff. Then we had Lois Lerner, we had all of this going on with the IRS before that. There's just a lot here that we never would have heard about had Hillary won. I don't think there's any refuting that.
Well, that's true. And not to toot our own horn here, but Fox's chief intelligence correspondent, Catherine Herridge, broke this story. You may have a woman reporter having just turned the Russia probe on its ear. It's really amazing.
Way to go, Catherine Herridge. You know what it would have been like without Fox News? May I share? Listen.
Well, that's interesting. I mean, again, but other networks would say and have said, I mean, they accuse Fox of being state-run media.
Well, here's without Fox News, Rachel, here's what you would have heard. Yeah.
You know, one thing about Fox, though, is that it's a big company, and people think it's just, the big names like Sean Hannity and those folks. And those are colleagues, but there's a lot of people. There are cameramen, there are people here, and they're here, and I'll let a secret out. There's all kinds of political viewpoints.
Sure there are. Yeah, no question. Yeah. And people, mistake Sean Hannity for the news. He's a political commentator. He's got opinions. That's all good. You are in news, so you guys like Brett Baer. You guys go get me the facts, and I can trust what you guys put out. Anyway, I appreciate all that you do. It'll be fascinating to see tonight. I think he'll have a terrific speech. I think he'll stay pretty disciplined. But the problem here is it doesn't matter. There's a core that believe he is what he is. It doesn't really matter. I don't think you penetrate some of that.
Well, but one other thing real quickly is that if the Russia probe fails, and if all this is true in the 4-page memo, it's going to energize the Republican base. And what Democrats will have done is bought themselves another term with President Trump.
Yeah, that's true. But here's the Democratic response, and it's very simple. You just deny it. It's a lie. It's distorted. They're just a bunch of bigots and racists. I mean, if you can sell baby parts at Planned Parenthood and deny it, and I got you on video. I mean, listen, all they have to do is say it's just not true. And there's a core of people that just won't know. Rachel, you do a great job. Are you going to be there?
No, my colleague Jared Halpern and John Decker will be there. I'm the morning person, so I'll be watching it in my footy pajamas tonight.
And then you'll have to assess and then get ready for tomorrow, of course. Keep up your fine reporting. We always appreciate all you do.
Thanks.
Rachel Sutherland, Fox News, ESPN 93.5. All right, we'll see. We'll see what happens tonight in the chamber.
I do have a correction. It's 11 politicians at this point.
Okay. About 60
it did mention the inauguration and how there were over 60.
So 11 is way more palatable.
Right.
I was a little stunned by that.
Right. Okay. So I'm sorry, but they were comparing the numbers to the beginning when he had his inauguration.
Matt texts in 359-2255. Big question for the State of the Union. Will any of the left stand for anything? I think if you say we're going to figure out DACA, they'd stand for that, right? Listen, I think this whole DACA and the Dreamers and the president offering $1.8 million, essentially amnesty over the next decade for a wall and chain migration and the lottery thing, probably not going to get all of it. But if you get the wall for the DACA, that might do it. The fact that both sides don't like it, to me, signals that this might be a good idea. Because how are you going to solve this thing that's been around for 5 decades? We haven't done a very good job over the years of enforcing our border and we're not talking about immigrants, we're talking about bad people. Immigrants are who we are. But you've got to have a system.
Have a pathway.
Yep. And again, if you believe in open borders, then take your front door off your house tonight and let me know how that goes.
Brian texted in saying a Supreme Court justice who lies to the American people regarding a previous speaking engagement during the State of the Union address should not be a Supreme Court justice.
Regarding?
Ginsburg is the one that's not.
Yeah, Ruth Bader's not going.
Right.
Well, she had another engagement, which
right.
I'm going, really?
And I think that's what he's responding to.
I got you. Okay.
Is that, she should be going.
Yeah. Yeah, there's no question. Stephen texted, both sides do deflecting. Of course they do. President Trump has been deflecting, deleting. I can't even see it. deflecting facts since he started fake news.
Both sides do deflecting.
Well, they do. But, boy, to deal with what's true, what's not true, that's tough now because it depends on what you look at. Because some people are just not. It's just what they're saying isn't factual. And then it's just really hard when people deny things and say it didn't happen when it did, but then they say it didn't. And then, most people that are driving to soccer practice have no idea because you're busy. And you trust journalism to be my watchdog, and you trust your politicians to be honest. 746 ESPN 93.5. Let's check your sports headlines.
Pretty even game tonight. We are 1-8 in the conference. Rutgers is 2-8. We are 11-11 on the whole season. Rutgers 12-11. Let's beat those Scarlet Knights. Let's shut down their power forward, Deshaun Freeman. That's my plan. Let's see what Coach Brad Underwood does tonight. Yesterday, number 24, Michigan beat Northwestern 58-47. Nebraska over Wisconsin in Madison 74-63. Darren Williams could be in the house tonight is the rumor that's going around. Let's see, Jock Jams. He was one of the many judges and had a great time, especially with all the judges panels giving 10s to our men's gymnastics team.
Yeah, apparently they dominated, but Jeremy Warner talked to Dylan Meyer and Lauren Ciesla from soccer last week, and Dylan Meyer apparently reached out and did what do they call it, instant messaging?
Okay.
And then so Darren, would you come judge? And he said yes.
Awesome.
It's one of those long shot deals.
Yeah, it is.
Good for Dylan Meyer, the golf team.
In the AP College Top 25 poll, similar to last week when you got Villanova on top, then Virginia, number 3 Purdue, number 4 Duke, number 5 Michigan State, up 1. As far as Big Ten teams represented, Ohio State is at number 17, and Michigan, as I mentioned earlier, playing last night at number 24. It looks like NHL action out of their All-Star break. Blackhawks are at Nashville, and St. Louis's Blues will host Montreal. In Torrey Pines, Jason Day ended up winning in the final playoff hole that took place yesterday because of the darkness that came their way on Sunday. And Chief Wahoo's logo with the Cleveland Indians, they'll start phasing that out in 2019. And that wasn't necessarily part of our discussion of the Chief when we were
Atlanta Braves
talking about that 45 minutes ago.
That's a 50, 60-year-old.
Yeah.
And they used to have a teepee. They took the teepee out years ago.
Okay.
That was out in right field down at Fulton County Stadium in Atlanta. And so that'll be phased out as of 2019. But to my mind, I can't think of another professional team that has done that.
I mean, as far as the Atlanta Braves go, they have like a tomahawk.
Well, they do a tomahawk chop. Well,
yeah.
so does Florida State.
Right, and the Seminoles.
Seminoles are all good because the Seminole Indians in on that.
Right, because they do the scholarship money.
That is so ridiculous. It's either all right or all wrong, isn't it? I mean, you can't pick on my Chief and then say the Seminole coming in bareback with a flaming spear at Florida State games in Tallahassee's okay, right?
Right, and no one left in the Illini tribe, so...
Yeah. So if we were the Fighting Seminoles, would that work? Because it's okay there, right? What if we were the Seminoles North? The North Seminoles. I'm just saying that it doesn't make any sense to me why I can watch what they do and say that's all good by the NCAA and blessed by that. Well, that doesn't make any sense. It's either it's like, okay, buy a lottery ticket, but don't bet $10 in the game tonight. What? Isn't that? Huh.
Right.
I'm going to say hi to Sarah. Just a quick hi. Come on in. She's going to be our feature after 8 o'clock. Sarah Lynx. Sarah Lynx is Urbana?
Yes, Urbana.
K9.
Yes.
I'm going to talk to you about your brave work and your dog Axel. Who retired? Hunter?
Hunter did retire.
Okay. And you work with dogs.
Yes.
So I got Ask the Vet here coming up next about Todd Likens. And you have like 900 dogs at home?
Only 5.
Oh,
but
do you have a yard and stuff?
Yes. I have 3 acres.
You need 3 acres, Sarah.
Yes.
You really do.
Yes.
Because, then they can go out and just stretch it out.
Oh, yeah. I get a lot of walking in.
Do they? 3 acres is a good walk. And so do they fetch?
Sometimes they fetch, and most times they bring it back. Other times it's
So
more.
your dogs are kind of looking at it going, okay, I'm smarter than that.
Yes.
I'm not playing your silly game.
No, I'm just going to keep the ball, and I'm going to, watch you.
Yeah, that's what some of my dogs tended to do. They're going, okay, I get it for once or twice, but other than that, you get it.
Yes, exactly.
You go get that darn thing because you threw it.
Exactly.
You're responsible for your own actions. We're going to talk more with Sarah about her work as a canine officer. Thankful she's out there doing the brave stuff that she does. We'll talk coming up.
I might be waggy, but I want to play. I'm your best friend, you can get away.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's Dr. Todd Likens, the Pet Pro. Find him at Madison Kirby, the English Cream, the White Goldens, and, of course, Muhammad next to the police station. How are you, Dr. Todd?
Hey, I'm still on coffee, but I'm doing okay.
That's good. We're going to honor Law Enforcement Official of the Month. Sarah Link's coming up. She's a canine officer. And
excellent.
What kind of, did you say, was Axel?
He is a Malinois Shepherd mix from Hungary.
Wow.
Cool.
And
that's a good deal.
I mean, and they're really smart. I mean,
they are incredibly smart.
Yeah. Okay.
That's one of those breeds that they rank real high on the intelligence thing. They really pick things up quickly.
Yeah, and we've invited Axel into the studio, and Axel thinks he's working every time he walks in anywhere.
Right. So we didn't warn the staff or anything here. I think we're good.
Yeah, well, Dr. Todd Charlie, one of your English creams, thinks he's working because he comes into the kitchen looking for the pot roast.
That's right.
That's what he's working for. It's just
you train Charlie well.
and I've mentioned this kind of a behavioral thing, but you raise these English cream beautiful dogs, and I still do not understand, and this happens because I've really been tuned into this dog behavior thing. I don't know why. I'm just fascinated by it. So Charlie and Bella, they wake up, generally go out early with me. Then they come in, and I give them about a cup of food a day in the morning, and then, maybe 2 cups at night, whatever it is. So one stands down in the morning. So Charlie, who will eat your wall, Todd, he'll eat anything. He'll stand down for Bella on certain days. She'll eat both bowls. How do they discuss this?
Yeah, it's all in the eyes. They're talking to each other.
I mean, it is amazing. So, I mean, you have a whole bunch of them, and it's somebody told me that when you drive in your vehicle in the morning and open that hatch and all your dogs come to work, it's just the coolest thing.
I'm the closest thing to a clown car out there, I think.
All right, what are you seeing, feeling here now? How's our dog flu? Is that going to be an issue you think this spring?
Nothing going on in the area at this time. Actually, the interesting stuff of the week, I had 2 cases of dogs that were given ham bones and they swallowed them. And that happens. I've seen ham bones get stuck around the mouth. Yeah. And bones can be a problem sometimes.
Yeah, okay. And the rule of thumb on bones is what?
If they start to splinter, you give them a bone. If it starts to splinter, it's time to throw it away.
Gotcha.
If it's too small for the dog, these are bigger dogs, and these ham bones are smaller, don't give it to them. They need, because if they swallow it, now you're going to pay me a lot of money to take that out of their stomach.
Yeah, boy. Mitch texts in 359-2255. Mitch says, how do I get my yellow lab to stop jumping up on people? Tried everything.
Yeah.
Well, that's training. Again, the basics where we start with is you turn your back on a dog that's jumping up on you.
Okay.
Because they're trying to get attention. Keep your back to them until they calm down. Once they calm down, then you can greet the dog. But the basic principle is keep your back to the dog when they're jumping up. A little more aggressive, I've seen some people do the need and pushing them down with a very, very, very firm no. I mean, it's got to be loud and it's got to be strong. And then put them on a sit command. Get them on a command they know. And then when they do the command, then you can greet them.
All right. I have a lot of affection for dogs, as you know, but I've seen where they have charts for who's smarter than what. Is there a breed out there that you would kindly say would probably need special attention?
Well, I mean, they all need special attention. I mean, I always start with, what is this dog bred for? Is this a one-on-one dog, or is it like an Australian Shepherd that's bred to herds sheep and likes to run 20 miles a day, well, that's not a good match to put with somebody that's 70, because that person's not going to want to run 20 miles a day like the shepherd is, and then they get crazy and do stuff.
Okay, but all dogs have the capability to be at least wonderful pets. Depends on the owner.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. And that's why training classes are always great for anybody. I mean, what I find sometimes is people come in with a dog and then they'll get their next dog. It'll have the same problems behaviorally because they're training the same way.
Yep.
So if you're having problems, you need to look at your methods and change your methods.
Yeah, and if you call your dog dumb, the dog's looking at you saying, speak for yourself, right? Because there's dumb dog owners out there.
Right.
Really
so Charlie 2 is going to have the same pot roast problem you got with Charlie 1 here.
I'm telling you what, though, it's just amazing, though, his desire, and he particularly likes the potato juice with the meat. I mean, it's and it's like, and then I'll pour him the dry food at night, and he'll look at me.
Like, is that it?
No, exactly. And then Janice says, don't give him any more. So I give him about a quarter cup of milk. And then we're happy. But if I don't, he'll look and then he'll go, Rafa! Rafa! Goodness gracious.
Why am I not surprised?
He's something. All right, my friend, where do people find Dr. Todd Likens at the Pet Pro?
Hey, we're at Kirby Manus, and we're by the police station here in Mahomet.
And I know you're known for grooming dogs, and you've groomed a police dog before, right, Dr. Todd?
Yeah, we one of the Champaign police dogs, this has been a few years back, was a regular client coming in for grooming. And, of course, he'd stay with the dog while we bathe it for him. So, but that's something we've done in the past.
That's awesome. All right, buddy, talk to you next week.
All right, see ya.
Dr. Todd Likens, the Pet Pro in Mahomet and also in Champaign at Madison Kirby. How often do you groom
Right. I never thought about that being part of the canine officer.
I've had him for 4 months. He's been groomed twice.
Okay. That's about right. That's good. 6 weeks, I think, is yeah.
And do you do that then?
Oh, no.
Okay.
How does Axel feel about the process of...
he does really, really well.
All right. But does Mom have to be there with him?
No.
Okay.
No. So it's great because he's kind of a fur-nado.
Do you know that you, in essence, by definition, with all your dogs, have like a bubble around you? If you're with your animals, maybe a meteor could hit you, but otherwise, you're pretty good.
I'm great.
You're set, Sarah.
I mean, I bet you they are so protective of Mama.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's awesome. We're going to meet Sarah coming up here. She's with Urbana. She's a canine officer. We're going to honor her because she is our law enforcement official of the month for the month of February. So more on that coming up next. It's ESPN 93.5.
Daddy, where do babies come from?
Well, honey?
Mommy went to the store.
Oh, well, you see, there's a mommy and a daddy, right?
Right.
And see, when they call Geico, they could save a bunch of money on car insurance.
Oh, really? And that makes them happy?
Yes, that makes them very happy.
That's good.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad we could have this talk, Sunshine.
Geico, because saving 15% or more on car insurance is always a great answer.
Game Day Spirit, the official fan store of the Fighting Illini, has been locally owned and operated since 1998. It's kept its roots in the heart of campus town on the corner of 6th and Green for all Illini past, present, and future. Don't go to campus often? Shop at their store on the corner of Neal and Kirby or online at GameDaySpirit.com. Game Day Spirit's happy to offer you the widest selection of Illini merchandise. Whether you want an item with the new Shield logo or a retired logo that's not available in stores, just shop at GameDaySpirit.com and check out the selection. Game Day is also extending their holiday shipping deal through the end of the month. Get flat rate shipping on all your orders. Shop now and save.
This is Eric Boland with Provident Financial Group. At Provident, our job is to help clients plan for and get through some of life's toughest challenges. Our mission is to provide each of our clients with individualized strategies, premier service, and independent thinking to help them achieve their financial goals. Contact us today at 3017 Village Office Place in Champaign or call 217-366-3456 or find us online at ProvidentFinancialGroupLLC.com.
Securities and advisory services offered through Commonwealth Financial Network, member FINRA SIPC, a registered investment advisor.
Are you at your best when the whistle blows? With Carl Sports Medicine, you can jump higher, run faster, and be on your game every time. Take advantage of our professional athletic training services, plus injury prevention and free sports medicine walk-in clinics with injury experts. Get ready to reach your personal best. Visit carl.org/sportsmedicine or call 217-383-9400. Carl, official medical provider of Fighting Illini Athletics.
You're listening to WSJK ESPN 93.5 Tuscola, Champaign-Urbana, your home for the St. Louis Cardinals.
Republicans say it shines a light on the culture of justice in the FBI. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News.
This is animus against President Trump. Very pro-Clinton. Totally against President Trump. That's not how it's supposed to be.
GOP Congressman Jim Jordan, after Republicans on the House Intelligence Committee voted to release a memo they say shows an abuse of government surveillance looking into the Trump campaign. Democrats like Congressman Eric Swalwell say the GOP has crossed a line, trying to discredit the Russia investigation.
I believe that the memo as written is a brainwashing memo that relies on inaccurate facts.
President Trump has 5 days to decide if he'll let the memo become public. The Trump administration has decided not to put any new sanctions on Russia, but it did do something else. Fox's Simon Owen live at our European Bureau.
Dave, the U.S. Treasury publishing a list of 114 Russian politicians and 96 people described as oligarchs, all of whom, the U.S. says, have flourished under Russian President Vladimir Putin. The list does not trigger any U.S. sanctions, but President Putin is calling it a hostile act that harms relations between the countries. A Russian government spokesperson saying clearly the United States views the entire Russian government as enemies. Dave.
Now, Simon, tonight President Trump delivers his first State of the Union address. Fox's Rachel Sutherland live in Washington.
Dave, the White House says the theme of the speech is building a safe, strong, and proud America. White House Press Secretary Sarah Sanders says it's been a historic year.
We've had an incredible first year. The economy is booming. ISIS is on the run. We're remaking the judiciary.
Watch for President Trump to showcase the accomplishments of his first year in office while setting the tone for the second. A number of Democrats are boycotting the address. Congressman Joe Kennedy will deliver the Democratic response. Dave.
Rachel, calling skyrocketing healthcare costs a hungry tapeworm. Warren Buffett's teaming up with his Berkshire Hathaway company, Amazon, and JP Morgan Chase to create a partnership not driven by profit to improve health coverage and costs for their employees. Fox News, fair and balanced.
All money managers may seem pretty much the same. But while some money managers may recommend high commission investment products, Fisher Investments avoids them. Some money managers may have hidden and layered fees. Fisher Investments never does. And while some money managers are happy to earn commissions from you, whether you do well or not, Fisher Investments fees are structured so we do better when you do better. In other words, we're structured to be on your side. Maybe that's why most of our clients come to us from other money managers. Talk with us and find out why so many experienced investors are switching to and staying with Fisher Investments. Fisher Investments, clearly better money management. Investments in securities involve the risk of loss. Visit us at FisherInvestments.com to find out what we can do for you.
And when President Trump delivers the State of the Union tonight, one of his guests in the gallery will be Evelyn Rodriguez, the mother of a teenage daughter murdered in New York in 2016.
She was an innocent girl, good girl. Had her life ahead of her, and it was taken.
4 alleged MS-13 gang members are charged in the killing, 3 of them in the country illegally. But as the president highlights his effort to get rid of criminal illegal immigrants, many Democratic lawmakers will have DACA recipients as their guests tonight amid the ongoing debate in Congress to protect immigrants brought to the U.S. illegally as kids. 2 DACA recipients are in trouble.
Border Patrol officials in San Diego say they made the arrests last week. In the first case, they say they observed a suspicious vehicle after arresting 2 undocumented people. The 20-year-old driver of the car, a Mexican national and DACA recipient, admitted to agents he was doing scouting for a smuggling crew and relaying information to them about Border Patrol activities. They also arrested a 25-year-old U.S. citizen in connection with that case. In the other case, agents got a tip about a smuggling incident near Torrey Pines State Beach. They found 3 men inside a car. The driver's DACA status had expired. Agents say he admitted he was involved with human smuggling in the area and is now in federal custody. Jessica Rosenthal, Fox News.
Some hackers are cashing in on a new way to attack banks.
The Secret Service is now investigating how a group of hackers has been able to hijack ATMs across the country and make them dispense large amounts of cash like a slot machine. About a half dozen so-called jackpotting attacks have been reported in the U.S. over the past few days. ATM manufacturers say the hackers must have physical access to the machines in order to carry out their scheme. Rich Dennison, Fox News.
It is looking ugly on Wall Street. Stock futures way down, suggesting the Dow could plunge more than 200 points at the opening bell, adding to yesterday's selling. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News Radio.
All right, into our 8 o'clock hour, ESPN 93.5 3-day forecast from the National Weather Service.
Looking good, Stevie J. Sunshine and a high 34, expected 27. Our low into the evening tonight, up to 48. That's the warm spot of the week tomorrow as we wrap up January with a high 48. 31, our low in the evening. More clouds, windy conditions. Morning clouds on Thursday as we begin February. We've got a high 35 expected, then down to 9. Right now we're at 15. ESPN 93.5.
Well, great having in our studio. She is our law enforcement official of the month. It's Sarah Lynx. I just clicked. If you golf and your name's Lynx, that's just perfect.
Yeah, except I don't golf well.
She is our K-9 officer, City of Urbana. Chief Morgan speaks highly of you.
Well, thank you.
You've been with Urbana for, what, a dozen years?
I'm just starting my 12th year.
Why do you do what you do?
I can't imagine doing anything else. I never have the same day twice. And it's kind of like getting to be a problem solver. Just, you have to add your own twist to it.
Well, you could be a business consultant, solve problems, and not get shot at.
Well, this is true. However, I'm not very good at business, so that might not do well for my my paycheck.
When things, I think, got particularly rough for police over the last few years where, you know, I just thought there was so much stupid going on regarding what police do and, you know, how racist you all are. That's just dangerous. Not true. It's not true. Police officers don't wake up and say, oh boy, I'm arresting a Hispanic guy today. It doesn't happen. Why do we? I mean, it's just crazy. I'm frustrated by all that.
Yeah, unfortunately, people don't always like what we have to do. There is a need for us, and we do an unfavorable job. They don't call us when things are good, and we have to make a decision that might mean somebody has to go to jail or might mean somebody has to pay a fine. Unfortunately, you know, we don't do that job because we don't like a certain person because of who they are or what they believe in. We do it because that's the letter of the law.
Yeah. Tell me about Axel. What is it like being K-9 working with a doggy?
Well, unfortunately, he is not a pet, and people, you know, seem to think that these are pets. They come home, they lay on the couch and things like that. And yeah, he gets a lot of love, but he is, I affectionately refer to him as a furnado. He wants to work. He loves to work. His drive is incredible. He is a 1.5 years old. He is a Shepherd Malinois from Hungary. And he's an incredible asset, but there's a lot more work than what people seem to think happens.
A little like a service dog, maybe, where they're working all the time for somebody who's blind or deaf or something, and it's a professional kind of thing, but you know, you bond.
Oh yes.
But it's you got to go find those drugs for me, or when you see when you can tell when people freak out when they see you and a dog.
Oh yes.
Like, because a dog's not going to miss it.
No, he's not going to miss it, and I think also they come with teeth.
Yeah,
so
well,
people are a little afraid of that.
Yeah, and what can they do? What can Axel do?
Axel is trained to detect the odor of narcotics, and that's in buildings, cars, packages, anything like that. He's also trained for tracking, which could be tracking a bank robber. Wow. He also can track, you know, if a child wanders away or if you have like an elderly person that wanders away. He is trained to follow ground disturbance and odor, and he will hopefully lead me to that person. So there's a lot of training that goes with that. You know, he's very obedient most of the time.
Does Axel get tired? Can you say, man, we've worked long today, we got to rest?
If he does, I haven't seen it yet.
Wow. Okay. A lot of energy. But how do you, as a dog lover, keep that professional, okay, Axel, we're working here. Oh, come here, baby. Yeah. I mean, you know, that kind of baby talk. I mean, don't we all do that?
Well, the nice thing is I have 4 others at home that I can do the oh baby with.
But not Axel.
No, I mean,
because you got to keep that thing
professional.
Right, as a police dog.
Absolutely. And he's, like I said, his drive is really, really high. And he doesn't sit still long enough for a lot of loving. He's ready to go.
Wow, that's fun. And you enjoy going to work every day with him?
Yeah, I enjoyed going to work every day before I got him, but now I love it. I love going to work. There's never the same day twice. I don't look quite as crazy when I'm talking to myself in the car because I can say I'm talking to him.
That's right.
But it's a new level, and it's just great.
If you make an appearance out in the public, I mean, let's say you visited a school and there was a situation where someone on the staff, smoked pot or something. I mean, has that ever happened where you're like alert and there's someone that you weren't anticipating?
Not yet.
Okay.
Well, I mean, that you deal with it when you deal with it, right? I mean, because marijuana is so common now.
Oh yes.
I mean, it's legal in how many states now? I mean, you want to find the ecstasy and stuff like that.
Yes.
Which I can't believe these doggies can do that. So how about weapons? They can't find weapons.
No, but what he can do is, like, if we were to have a robbery or anything and somebody runs and throws that, he can actually alert to the human odor. So if we do a track, he can actually pick up articles and he will let me know that it's there.
That's amazing. I think it's stunning how incredible that is. Okay, what do you want people to know about police?
I want people to know that we are out there and we're not just doing a job. We're providing a service. We're educating. People don't like the way that we always educate, which it might be a ticket or things like that. But we appreciate when people appreciate what we do. And we also understand that we have a job people aren't always fans of.
Yeah.
But I can't say enough about the people, whether it's Urbana Police Department, because that's my family.
Yeah.
But the Champaign Police Department, U of I, county, state police, these are great people who put on the uniform every day, go out and do incredible acts, and come home to their families every night. And these are truly just fantastic people. So people don't always appreciate the job that is done or what might happen, but you have to realize that these are just incredible people that we work with.
And where would we be without you?
Absolutely.
Where? If I call 911, nobody calls, I'm going to probably organize my neighborhood, and who has a gun, you get the backside. I mean, it's going to be anarchy.
Absolutely.
That's how close we are to anarchy without you, Sarah.
Yes.
I want you on my team if things fall apart, by the way.
Absolutely.
We'll bring the dogs over.
We'll bring the dogs.
Okay, Sarah, we really appreciate what you do. We thank you for serving. We thank you for the bravery you show every day, because you'll go into situations that I would be too afraid to go into, and that's where you train it, and you are ready to do that. It's incredible.
Yeah, it's one of those things where that's kind of our excitement. And it's because we have that passion for it, and it's more that we want to help and resolve those issues than it is that we want to have that power or be better. It's kind of like a firefighter. I tell my firefighters, you're not going to catch this girl running into a burning building. I don't do that.
But you'll run into a domestic that
that's
be
true.
pretty hairy. I mean,
that's true.
And I'm real leery. I know 3 Billboards in Ebbing is a real hot movie and all that. I mean, but I'm sensitive of dissing my police.
Yes.
And that movie has it's kind of like Rambo. I mean, bad cop kind of thing, right? Yeah. So I'm more sensitive to that because I don't like it.
Yeah. I said you've got, I'm sure, questionable people at every profession.
Sure, every profession. Yeah.
But it doesn't mean you have to label everybody with that.
No. No, exactly right. Well, congratulations on being our law enforcement official of the month, Sarah Links, who can really hit that golf ball and take care of those dogs. We really appreciate you coming out. Thank you for what you do.
Thank you so much for having me.
Sarah Links, our law enforcement official of the month for February, which is Thursday. ESPN 93.5.
Hey, it's Stevie J. Have the roof your home deserves. For your next roofing project, why don't you go with Roof Doctors, a locally owned and family-operated business for over 25 years. They use superior materials. They're a certified shingle contractor, so they can offer a 50-year non-prorated full system warranty, and they won't loan your work out to subcontractors. Hey, Roof Doctors has worked on my home, and the results are fantastic. But don't just take it from me. With an A-plus rating from the Better Business Bureau, Roof Doctors has plenty of satisfied customers. Get a free quote at roofdoctorscode.com.
Hey, next time you pay for parking, forget the spare change and use Mobile Meter instead. It's available all over Champaign-Urbana, and it's the easiest way to pay for parking. Download the Mobile Meter app, store your credit card information, then select how long you want to park. That easy. Download the Mobile Meter app or go to mobilemeter.us.
Does your water stain and damage your fixtures? Does it smell or taste bad? Are you worried about what's in your water? Water quality should not be painful and worrisome. Get HydroCare water systems from Wave Home Solutions with the most advanced purification technologies. Call Wave Home Solutions today at 1-866-979-9147 or go to bestwaternow.com. HydroCare will eliminate limescale that causes hundreds of dollars in damage to pipes and appliances without using salt. Well water will no longer smell or stain your fixtures. City water will be purified of harmful chlorine, lead, arsenic, and chemicals. Wave Home Solutions provides the cleanest, healthiest water at every faucet. Satisfaction guaranteed. For more information, call 1-866-979-9147, 1-866-979-9147, or go to bestwaternow.com. That's bestwaternow.com.
Wave Home Solutions for a healthy, comfortable home.
Here's some good news. Dave Peters and his crew have moved to Urbana. That's right, the area's best techs are now at the Midas store on University. Midas quiets your muffler, makes brakes stop, and cushions your ride with shocks and struts. As a full-service Midas facility with experienced techs, count on Midas to fix it right. Just mention this ad to get $10 off your next oil change. Your Midas store new owner-manager Dave Peters has the team you want on your side. See them on West University Urbana for something to smile about.
Have you ever wondered what it might be like to have to sleep on the streets for just one night? Hi, I'm Rob Dahlhaus, Executive Director at See You at Home, and for many of our friends without an address, this isn't a hypothetical question, but a daily reality. On Friday, February 2nd, you will have an opportunity to sleep outside in a cardboard box to gain a new appreciation and perspective on homelessness. Please visit seeyouathome.us to find out how you can get involved in this powerful event.
An ESPN Radio Extra Point with Dan Lebitard and Stu Gatz.
Very few people have been dismantled as quickly as Ronda Rousey was. She went from should she be fighting against Floyd Mayweather to just mentally short-circuiting with a loss in a way that did not speak well of her ability to handle adversity. She just crumbled.
Right. Was it Holly Holm?
Yes, Holly Holm, the boxer. It was the first time that Ronda Rousey had fought somebody who was just more technically skilled, and she could never get close to her because Holly Holm was just a boxer.
But I saw an interview that she gave with Ramona, and I actually appreciated her perspective because she's right. She has other avenues where she can make more money. She's not. This isn't a cash grab at the WWE. She's going to be making a good salary. We can all assume that. But there are other things that she could be doing that would make her more money, and she knows that. She acknowledges that. She's doing something that's making her happy.
The thought of winter coming can be chilling. Knee-deep snow, face-numbing winds, frozen fingers, temperatures below zero. And yet, without a Duralast car battery, it could be even worse. That's why Duralast batteries are tested to perform in harsh conditions. So even if it's 40 below zero, your car can start up like it's 72 and sunny. Duralast, proven tough and only at AutoZone, America's #1 battery destination.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
So this house is in a great neighborhood and walking distance from one of the best schools.
And what are they asking?
The asking price is only 24 years of really, really hard work.
Wow, that sounds like a lot.
Well, the house across the road just sold for a few years more.
While other insurance companies just see a house, we see the home you've worked really hard for. So why not give it the protection it deserves?
Tell you what, why don't we offer 23 years with a fast close?
We're going to need to sleep on it.
Yeah. State Farm. Call an agent today.
All right, sports headlines.
It's Illinois and Rutgers tonight at 6 at the State Farm Center as we say go Illini, and still have a chance to win some pretty good seats, so stick around here on ESPN 93.5. Last night in Big Ten action, number 24 Michigan over Northwestern 58-47. Nebraska beat Wisconsin in Madison. That final was 74-63. Pacers over the Hornets 105-96. We have NHL action tonight with the Blackhawks at Nashville. St. Louis will host Montreal. In Jock Jams yesterday, men's gymnastics came out on top, scoring 10s all around, including from Judge Darren Williams, who may be at the game tonight.
I'll have tickets to give away. If you want to go to the game tonight, stand by. Our text line will be hot and heavy because these are Legacy Club tickets too. Stand by, your chance to text in and win. Next, here's your weather.
All right, we've got a high 34 expected, down to 27 this evening. Starting out with some sunshine, but then more clouds tomorrow. High 48, low 31. 35 with a cloudy start to February, down to around 10. We're currently at 16. ESPN 93.5.
All right, we have some sort of a moon eclipse or something?
Yes, the super moon is tomorrow.
Okay, whatever that means, stand
Looking
by.
forward to
We'll
it.
touch on it next. ESPN 93.5, 820.
From the Fox Business Network, it's not only the U.S. stock market. Stocks around the world have staged one of the best ever starts to a new year. In the U.S., the S&P rose 7.5% in January. Strong corporate earnings and improved economic growth worldwide have fueled the gains. Dr. Pepper Snapple and Keurig Green Mountain are merging to create a giant beverage company with about $11 billion of combined revenue. The new company will have a portfolio of well-known consumer brands and a distribution capability to reach practically every corner of North America. AutoNation, the biggest auto dealer chain in the U.S., has lightened up when it comes to lighting up. The company will no longer bar job applicants who test positive for marijuana in drug screenings. With the Fox Business Report, I'm Carol Zimmer.
Friends, are you taking Viagra for ED? Well, you could be paying too much. Now you can take Sildenafil, the active ingredient in Viagra, for just $2 per tablet. $2 for a 20-milligram tablet, saving $40 per dose. Marley Drug is a North Carolina pharmacy delivering Sildenafil to your doorstep. Go to MarleyGenerics.com. That's M-A-R-L-E-Y, MarleyGenerics.com. Or call 1-800-452-1760. That's 1-800-452-1760.
It seems like in every home, there's at least one room that's either too hot or too cold. Well, it doesn't have to be that way. Mitsubishi Electric has your comfort solution. Mitsubishi Electric cooling and heating systems are up to 40% more efficient with no ductwork and whisper quiet. Individual room control, giving you the freedom to find your perfect comfort level and save money too. Make your whole home comfortable again. See Lance Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing for your comfort solution and live better.
Hi, I'm Troy Lands from Lands Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. Lands is your local Mitsubishi Electric Diamond dealer. Our technicians are experts at solving your comfort needs, one room or your whole house. Let us show you how a Mitsubishi Electric Heating and Cooling System can save you money now. Your comfort is our priority. Call Lands today at 1-800-AIR-REPAIR or find us online at landsinc.com. I'm Troy Lands, and you can count on my company because you can count on me.
Okay, so apparently there's a blue moon. David Leake, Starco Planetarium. So do I wear my glasses for this one too?
Good morning, sir. No, you don't need your glasses for this one.
So what is it? And it's tomorrow morning when I'm not awake. What's happening? What am I going to see?
Well, we got a lunar eclipse going on tomorrow morning, and what happens during a lunar eclipse is that the full moon goes into the Earth's shadow. Just like you and me have shadows in the sunlight, the Earth has one too, and sometimes that moon passes through it, so it'll look like something's taking a bite out of the full moon.
What are the times we're looking at here? Did I hear 4:50 a.m.?
Well, you have to be careful. There's the Earth has two shadows, and the only reason for that is because the sun's not a point source. It's this great big thing out there. So there's a lighter part and a darker part. The lighter part you may not notice. It'll just be a very slight shading of the moon. What most people are going to notice is when it enters that darker part, and that's at about 5:48 a.m. tomorrow morning.
Okay.
All right, well, 5:48.
That's
I'll be
totally
up.
doable.
I'll be up for that. So, and I just look, I never get this, David. How come the moon's here one night and over here the next? I don't understand.
Well, no, it's a very good question.
Thank you.
The moon, in fact, there's two things going on, and even my college kids here, it's hard to get them to understand it sometimes, is as we all learned at a young age, the Earth rotates, and that seems to make everything rise in the east and set in the west. So in one night, the moon is moving from the east to the west, but the moon is moving around the Earth in its orbit, and for that, it's actually going from west to east. So if you saw the moon tonight, say, then tomorrow it's going to be just a little bit farther to the east, and the next night a little bit farther to the east. So a full moon is always opposite the sun. So since this is happening right before sunrise, and of course the sunrise is near the east, that means that full moon, that eclipse moon, is going to be pretty close to the western horizon. So when you get outside, you don't want to be looking up. You want to try to find a very low western horizon.
Okay, so the houses in my neighborhood just are in my way, so I'd have to drive?
Probably, yeah. Unless you can find, maybe find a good east-west street that,
Gotcha.
Don't stand in the middle of, Windsor Avenue or anything like that.
Good point. Okay, so if the Earth rotates and spins, how come I can't feel it?
That's great. In fact, it took us a lot longer than you might think to actually prove that the Earth is turning. We hear about all these old theories about the Earth being stationary and think, wow, those people were a little silly. But actually, it makes perfect sense. And if you do all the math, then you actually, when you're sitting in your desk, you're actually going at about 800 miles an hour. I always remind my wife of that when she says I never take her anywhere.
You got that. All right, 5:48 tomorrow. You can see this lunar eclipse, and you can always go to Starkville Planetarium and be educated with a guy who has passion for what he does. Dave Leake, always a pleasure, my friend.
Thank you, Steve. Appreciate it.
So 5:48, close to the western horizon, we can check out this super blood blue moon.
All right. I forgot to ask how long it lasts, so probably not very long.
And I want to say 20 minutes or so.
20 minutes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Good.
Okay, there
Thank
you go.
David Leake. That was informative.
If you would like to text in Illini, I'll give you 2 really good seats for tonight's basketball game at 6. Finally, they listened to me and got the thing started earlier because 8 o'clock start is just too darn late.
Right. So 359-2255.
Just into the song. Do you know who sings it?
The Marcells.
Well, that's impressive.
I did do the oldies format first out of the gate. So.
All right, there you go. 359-2255. You want to go to the game tonight? I've got 2 free ones. Let's go to the 20th text.
Okay.
20th text right now wins 2 Legacy Club seats for tonight. Those are closer than the 200 level, and they're free.
The word Illini is coming in.
All right.
So keep it coming.
20th text right now, 2 free ones, 6 o'clock, home by 8:45.
That'd be great.
And you can tape the State of the Union because I know you're going to watch that.
There you go.
I'm going to be viewing the basketball game on the TV, and then at 8 o'clock I'm going to be watching the State of the Union because we'll be winning by 10 by 8 o'clock, so I'll be comforted to know.
Let's beat those Scarlet Knights.
Let's go! Good luck. Proverbs 19:17 says, "Whoever is kind to the poor lends to the Lord, and he will reward them for what they have done." Give to a local charity today. Preserve your treasure in heaven and not on earth. God will bless you with eternal rewards you cannot measure. This message brought to you by the Blossom Basket Florist.
The Blossom Basket Florist. The florist you pick.
Hey, Miss Johnson, what's this you got cooking here on the stove?
Now, Billy, I told you to stay out of that until supper time, you hear me?
But, Miss Johnson, it smells so good, and it's so cold out.
I know it smells good, Billy. It's because it's my famous stew with a great cut of meat from the U of I Meat Sales Room.
If you're looking for the best cuts of meat for stew, soups, or any dish that will keep you warm this winter, head to the U of I Meat Sales Room. The U of I Meat Sales Room on the corner of Maryland and Florida in Urbana.
You know, Busey wants you to invest in your child's future in their Money Smart Youth program. It is always good to have information your kids can learn at a pretty young age. Research reveals young people determine their attitude about handling money by the time they finish 5th grade. Children as young as 5 can understand the meaning of an allowance. It's never too early. The Money Smart Youth program prepares today's youth for tomorrow's financial responsibilities. Kids age 5 to 10 learn how money is used, earned, saved, and taxed through video lessons and interactive worksheets online. Understanding money, priorities, smart ways to spend, donate, and invest, and tax and credit. Money Smart Youth is easy to access on your schedule. All you got to do is go to Busey.com, set that solid foundation for your child with Busey's Money Smart Youth program. Visit Busey.com. You can get started with one of their convenient locations. Just stop by. Everybody's going to know about this. Just go to Busey.com. You can do it yourself. Member FDIC, and get your kids interested in knowing about financial literacy, to know about how to spend that money and save. You can't make a mistake saving as much as you possibly can. So Busey's Money Smart program can get you going. Busey, your dream, our promise, member FDIC. So Illinois playing Rutgers tonight, obviously winnable. And our winner is
Ryan in Urbana.
Ryan,
Hey.
you win.
Awesome. Come on, it's a good day.
Come on, man. These are Legacy Club tickets, too, man. We're not putting you up at the top row now. This is Legacy Club.
Oh, this is legit stuff. I've never done this before. I heard it on the way to work, and I thought, what the heck? I'll give it a shot. And
Come on, man. Look at
First
you.
time texter.
Come on. What do you do, Ryan?
I am a pastor, actually.
Where?
I'm at Stone Creek Church in Urbana.
Come on, man. Then you know my buddy Ryan Nicewinder, then.
Oh, he's an incredible guy. I love Ryan Nicewinder. He's got a great name, too.
Ryan, yeah. All right. What the heck, Pastor? That's fantastic. And Stone Creek does a great job. I know you guys are part. Are you part of the Assemblies of God?
Correct.
All right. Good stuff. Well, we appreciate all you're doing over at Stone Creek Church. That's right at Race and Windsor. If you want to attend, when are your services?
9 a.m. on Sunday, 10:30 a.m. on Sunday, and 12 p.m. on Sunday. Free service time.
You got a nice voice. I bet you're pretty good at it, huh?
I try. I'm no Stevie J.
No, I'm no Ryan. Hey, listen, Pastor, you enjoy your Legacy Club tonight. And if you get a chance, because I've never sat in these, let me know what you think of them.
Yeah. I will. Thank you so much again. I appreciate it.
Hey, thanks for listening. We appreciate you,
Quick
Pastor.
prayer for our Illini going into the game.
That's
too.
exactly right. No, right. Ryan, who's pastor at Stone Creek Church, wins. ESPN 93.5. The Ryan Nicewinder I referenced is our good friend from the wheelchair basketball team. Graduated a year ago, but one of the best wheelchair basketball players. Won a gold medal. Part of the Team USA. Went down to Panama. So that's who I reference. Ryan, I know, works with Stone Creek Church as well, and Fellowship of Christian Athletes. All right, ESPN 93.5. It is 8:32.
Fox News Radio. I'm Chris Foster. President Trump delivers the State of the Union address tonight. It's his first. Some Democrats in Congress plan to skip it. White House spokeswoman Sarah Sanders says about the president's opponents.
Their message is one of negativity and, frankly, I think a little bit of delusion.
She was on Fox and Friends. 3 big employers are starting their own nonprofit healthcare company to cover their workers.
Amazon, Berkshire Hathaway, and J.P. Morgan Chase say the independent company will focus on technology solutions. The companies are promising simplified, high-quality, and transparent healthcare at reasonable cost. J.P. Morgan Chase Chairman Jamie Dimon says the goal is to create solutions that benefit our U.S. employees, their families, and potentially all Americans.
Fox's Ginny Casola in New York. Healthcare stocks are down since the announcement. Fox News. We report, you decide.
Here's your ESPN 93.5 3-day forecast, National Weather Service.
Looking good. I'm loving the sunshine today with a high 34 expected, 27-hour low into the evening tonight. 20% chance of precipitation, winds picking up tomorrow. High 48 down to 31. More clouds. Then coming into Thursday, cloudy. High 35, low 10. 25 the high Friday as we get into our one winter night event. High 25, low 19. Maybe some snow showers Saturday morning. High 37 expected. But, you know, it's from 6 p.m. Friday night into 6 a.m. Saturday morning. So those conditions could be challenging for those box dwellers in downtown Champaign. We're currently at 16 on ESPN 93.5.
Well, Brian Bloom began his financial career following his bachelor's degree in accountancy at the University of Illinois, later earned a master's degree in business administration from the University of Illinois Executive MBA program. He has written several books that have sold tens of thousands, and he listens to my show, and he's in Champaign. Brian, how are you?
I'm doing great this morning, Stevie. Thanks for having me on.
Book I have in my hand is Confessions of a CPA, Why What I Was Taught to Be True Has Turned Out Not to Be. What do you mean?
Well, it's been a struggle my entire career because as a CPA, I took everything that I learned, tried to put it in practice, in my own life and for some of my clients as well, and got out to the ripe old age of 50 and took a look at stuff, and I'm going, something's not working. I wonder what's going on. So I went back and looked at all the principles that I learned while earning my degrees, and kind of took them apart, put them back together, and discovered some financial truths that we need to understand if we're going to be successful.
All right, what is the rule number one from Brian Bloom with money and investing?
Sure. Well, the overriding rule, number one, is don't interrupt your compound interest.
Yeah.
You see, Einstein called it the eighth wonder of the world. He called it the miracle of compound interest, but he missed a word. He missed the word uninterrupted. And that's kind of a misnomer because we save money, we compound money to spend it, but as soon as we spend it, we lose all the compounding. And so that's something we have to grapple with to figure out how to not interrupt the miracle.
Amazing. I have heard that from very rich people. Mm-hmm. They say the secret is compounding interest. I've never heard anybody say uninterrupted compounding interest, but it's crazy how it can multiply. It shocks people when they see the chart, doesn't it?
Oh, it does. And you see, everything we buy, we finance. Now, there's another statement that very few people think about. Even when you swipe your debit card at the grocery store to buy a bag of groceries, you're financing that bag of groceries. And where you're financing it from is from yourself and from your future. You see, the $100 that you swipe to buy the groceries, that money comes out of your account. It will never compound again. In a way, that's financing. Some of us think that debt is bad and, go to the bank and, buy a car and bad because you're paying interest. Well, you paid for that car out of your investment account.
I see.
That's financing, too, because that money will never earn again.
All right, another phrase I've always heard, cash is king. In other words, you have choices when you have money and cash. Is that true?
Yes, that is absolutely true, but it's more accurately stated, Stevie, liquid cash is king.
Gotcha.
In other words, access to money is more important than where it is. You see, you might have cash in an investment account, or in your 401k plan, for instance. But if you can't get at it, what good is it?
Would you do something?
Liquid cash is king.
Would you do something for me, Brian?
Sure.
Give me your 401.
Give you my 401?
Yeah, because you're so smart. I'm sure it looks really good when you get the statement.
No, I don't have one.
Oh, you don't? Okay, then you should say, sure, Steve, I'll give you my 401. Which is
I'll give you my 401.
What did you invest in? I mean, where's your stuff?
Well, you see, the problem is, let me tell you about the 401k. It's a great thing if you don't have the discipline to save money on your own and invest money on your own. When you have to have it taken out of your paycheck so it's out of sight, out of mind, it's great for that. But you see, your 401k plan is the only asset you own that is guaranteed to lose money as soon as you access it.
Because you got to pay tax.
That's exactly right.
I gotcha. What about that?
And we think the 401k plan is ours because our name is on it.
Yeah.
But it really isn't. It belongs to the IRS. And your statement should say property of the Internal Revenue Service for the benefit of Stevie J.
Yeah.
Because who gets the money first, you or the IRS?
The IRS gets it first, yeah.
Yeah, and how much do they get?
Yeah, well, whatever my rate is, right?
As much as they want.
Oh.
Because they can change the rates, right?
Well, I guess so. So what I mean, if you are disciplined and you can say, okay, this is going in a mutual fund, let the equities do it, or what do you suggest? Except I know Bitcoin will make me a bazillion if I could just figure out what crypto technology or cryptocurrency I can buy that'll start at a nickel and go to 18,000 like Bitcoin.
That's right, and you better cash out at the right time. And of course, none of us are going to cash out at the high of the market.
I know.
It's just human nature.
That's right.
So no, but where we ought to be storing our money is anywhere in which we're not going to have to pay a tax on it when we retire.
Okay.
You see, the Internal Revenue Code says you only have to pay tax once in your life on the money that you earn.
Yeah.
The code does not require you to pay a tax on what your money earns.
Okay.
And so if you stretch that all the way out, you shouldn't even have to file an income tax return if you're retired.
Wow. Okay, so what about isn't the Roth IRA tax-free?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Great solution.
All right.
Absolutely.
Brian, what if you're just too old and didn't save enough? What do you do then?
Well, you got to keep working. I mean, the blunt reality of it is if you don't have enough money to meet your budget and what you want to do with the rest of your life, well, then you got to keep working.
Gosh, you're so dang honest.
Reality's reality. You know.
Come on, man. That's not what I want to hear.
Dang it.
Tell me the numbers of the lottery. Come on. What are you doing? All right, Brian. I mean, you're truly retired though, right?
Yeah. Well, I play at running numbers and being a CPA. I enjoy so much what I do.
Yeah.
That for me, sometimes a day at the golf course is actually a day in my office.
Wow.
Talking with people around the country. I love what I do.
You are geekish, my friend. Wow.
Yeah.
You'd rather sit at your desk talking to friends about numbers around the country than hitting the driver. Come on, Brian.
That's great.
Well, I like hitting the driver too. But God has blessed me in such a way that I love what I do.
That's wonderful.
And I've got a great life, and I just live it to the max.
Well, listen, it's good of you to be on this morning. We'll have to chat again sometime because you're a little different on this philosophy stuff, which is great. I love that. Mm-hmm. I love that.
And we have to think outside the box.
Well, how many books have you sold?
Oh, well, it's over 10,000. I know that. There's four titles, and all collected, and probably in the $10,000 to $20,000 dollar number range.
Can people still get these?
They're self-published. They're self-published.
How do you get them?
And they're found on Amazon.
Okay.
On Amazon.
Okay. Brian Bloom, I appreciate it, bud.
Look for Confessions of a CPA.
Got it.
Good. Thank you, Stevie.
Good chatting to Brian, Bryans Bloom, as in the blooming flowers soon.
Okay.
Always a pleasure, buddy. Thank you very much for being on.
Have a great day.
That's the CPA Brian Bloom in Champaign, written all these books.
Confessions of a CPA.
Are the phones kind of looking funky?
They are.
I'm going to reset.
Okay.
Oops. Is that right? Yeah. Oops. I feel like I'm in the Apollo program.
Right.
Oops. What's this oops? Don't say that. All right, 8:42.
I'm Jennifer from Island Travel Group. We invite you to join us in celebrating the grand opening of our new travel showroom on Sunday, February 11th from 1 to 3 p.m. in St. Joseph. We call it the Travel Hub, and we have even started a travel club. At our grand opening event, you will enjoy kids' activities, loads of door prizes, and of course, travel specials. If you love to travel, you won't want to miss our grand opening February 11th in St. Joseph. IslandTravelGroup.com, where it's always sunny and 78 degrees.
You already know Houlihan's Restaurant and Bar at the iHotel is a great restaurant, but don't forget about the bar. Fantastic drink specials and mouth-watering menu items from snacks to full meals. A nice selection of draft, craft, and domestic beers, and just about any cocktail you can imagine. Watch a game with multiple flat screens on all sides of the bar, or grab some tables and make it a party. Drink specials daily, plus Houlihan's is now serving a delicious hot breakfast 7 days a week. Houlihan's at the iHotel. Check them out at the corner of 1st Street and St. Mary's Road, just south of the State Farm Center.
Brought to you by SK Exteriors. Their website, callsktoday.com.
How are things for police right now? Has it gotten better? Has the atmosphere improved in the last year? Or is it because we did this law enforcement appreciation banquet, I just felt it was so awful?
Yeah, I remember attending, and thank you for doing that. That was a great event.
Our honor.
It was well attended. That being said, unfortunately in our climate today, and as it is, we just lost a brother in law enforcement on New Year's Eve out in Colorado over a weird incident of officers being summoned for a domestic incident, and ultimately 5 of them were struck by gunfire. And unfortunately, these things happen all over our country, and unfortunately there are some people out there that are somewhat mentally unstable, some of them that wish to bring their hate, discontent to those that oftentimes on the front lines of dealing with a lot of that kind of issues, if you will. That's what we deal with a lot. We deal with people in sometimes their darkest hour.
Sergeant David Griffith is our law enforcement official of the month. Check out the new BMW of Champaign. It's not like the old Twin City. They have new on-site local ownership since 2013, along with a new state-of-the-art facility. With a Customer First Service Award winner for 2015, BMW of Champaign does business your way. Yes, they have tons of cars. Yes, they'll get you what you want. Yes, they discount, deal, and even pick up and deliver. So stop in, ask for Ben, and give BMW of
give Champaign a look. BMW of Champaign at the corner of Neal and Burwash in Savoy. I can save you money. You go to radiorefunds.com. I still have some Humble Hog and some Harvest Ale House, Ben Grice's places up in Paxton. We sold some yesterday. I also have brand new Essential Healing. This is the therapeutic massage and all those wonderful things in Savoy. $100 gift card for $50. Wow. So those are at radiorefunds.com, radiorefunds.com. If you want to save some money, you can go to that website and purchase. All right, here we go. ESPN 93.5. Check your sports headlines.
The Illini take on Rutgers Scarlet Knights tonight at 6. We are 1-8 in the conference. They are 2-8 in the conference. 11-11 overall for the Illini, while the Scarlet Knights are 12-11. Should be a great game tonight, and maybe in runoff after judging Jock Jams, which had the men's gymnastics getting straight 10s. Darren Williams could be in the house tonight. We had Big Ten action last night featuring Michigan, number 24, over Northwestern, 58-47. Nebraska beat Wisconsin in Madison. That final, 24-63.
Nebraska, I think
74-63.
I think Nebraska's like 8-4 in the Big Ten.
I know.
They've gone nuts since they beat us on that buzzer beat.
Mm-hmm. So the top 25 AP poll that was released yesterday has Villanova, then Virginia, Purdue, and Duke as the top 4. Number 5 is Michigan State, up 1.
Yeah.
Other rankings in Big Ten action include number 17 now, Ohio State, and number 24, Michigan. On to the NBA. The Pacers beat the Hornets 105-96 yesterday. There's been some switcheroo trade going on with the Detroit Pistons and LA Clippers, if you want to check out that.
I think Blake Griffin to Detroit, so I'm hearing big name. Right. He's been injury prone, but he's still quite the talent.
So NHL has the Blackhawks in Nashville, and the St. Louis Blues will host Montreal. One of the trending stories in baseball is the Cleveland Indians, beginning in 2019, retiring that Chief Wahoo logo, and that stirred up some interest in our chief argument. And are we totally phasing out? What are we doing here? So there's a lot of things posted about that. Now, we had a text in saying, are U of I folks supposed to not wear anything with the chief on it?
I think if you
heard that story yesterday.
If you're an official somebody at the University of Illinois, you can't wear any chief logo. I think that's probably right. But if you have a Chief Illini thing in your personal belongings on your desk, or if you're a student or anybody else who walks on campus and has a Chief Illini shirt on, tough. That's called free speech.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't stop me from doing that. And we talked about this starting off the show about how in your face everything has gotten to where I can't disagree with you because then I'm a racist, bigot, homophobe, and any other word you can think of, and you will get in my face, and it could get violent. That's how that's handled now.
Well, and John Kyleman wrote in the Chicago Tribune yesterday, as tensions peaked yet again last week over Chief Illiniwek, the University of Illinois enduring but officially forsaken symbol. School officials say they plan to launch a series of events designed to foster productive and healing discussions.
Yeah, well, forget the 80% that would actually vote for Chief Illiniwek to return, because that's obviously, and the real issue I have is it's almost like, it's almost like climate change. I have no way I could possibly question anything about that, or it's blasphemy. I'm telling you, climate change has become a religion. Because you can't possibly, even if I have a question, I'm ignorant. I mean, it's the same thing. And it's ridiculous how you must believe what I believe or you are stupid. And you don't understand the sensitivity for the 9% on campus that actually might be slightly something about the chief. Come on.
This article says a member of the Illinois student government has urged the administration to begin the process of selecting a new mascot and said those discussions will go nowhere without a symbol to take the chief's place.
8:49, Cubs Cardinals. Here we go.
Hey, this is Chris Raby along with Mike Claiborne, inviting you to follow the Cardinals this offseason with the Countdown to Opening Day show.
We'll bring you the latest on the 2018 St. Louis Cardinals, new player news, and what to expect from team management.
We'll hear from the skipper to the front office, Cardinals players and coaches, along with broadcasters John Rooney, Ricky Horton, and the voice of the Cardinals, Mike Shannon.
Catch all the Cardinals action with Countdown to Opening Day on the Cardinals Radio Network.
On your home for the St. Louis Cardinals, ESPN 93.5.
We're going to have one more move in us, right? To catch those Cubs. One more big move, Cardinals, right? Right? Cubs Cardinal bus trip May 5th. You can get all your details on how to join us on a wonderful bus trip to St. Louis at ESPNCU.com.
Kelsey Furniture in Tuscola is your local furniture expert. They've been in business over 50 years and their sales team has over 150 years of experience. They carry everything you need to furnish your whole house with top name brands such as Broyhill, Lane, Ashley, Smith Brothers, Bemco mattresses, and Mohawk carpeting. Their showroom is huge with over 30,000 square feet of furniture. Stop by Kelsey Furniture in downtown Tuscola today or visit kelseyfurniture.com, K-E-L-S-E-Y, Kelsey Furniture, or like them on Facebook. Kelsey Furniture, quality for less.
This is Rob Meyer with Provident Financial Group. As independent financial advisors, we can help ensure you're following a strategy that makes sense no matter what the market is doing. Take control of your financial life with a complimentary consultation. We will create a plan that's right for you. Contact us today at 3017 Village Office Place in Champaign or call us at 217-366-3456 or online at ProvidentFinancialGroupLLC.com.
Securities and advisory services offered through Commonwealth Financial Network, member FINRA SIPC, a registered investment advisor.
Kick off the new year with a visit to Scotty's Brewhouse located at 2001 South Neal Street. Watch your favorite teams compete on more than 40 TVs. Enjoy delicious burgers, award-winning wings, local craft beers on draft, or try some of their new menu items. Start with beer battered onion rings or white cheddar cheese pints. Then enjoy new mouth-watering bourbon glazed baby back ribs, or spice it up with fajita steak melt or Bayou blackened chicken sandwich. For lunch, dinner, appetizers, or late night, Scotty's Brewhouse is your craft beer sports bar.
Hey, next time you pay for parking, forget the spare change and use Mobile Meter instead. It's available all over Champaign-Urbana, and it's the easiest way to pay for parking. Download the Mobile Meter app, store your credit card information, then select how long you want to park. That easy. Download the Mobile Meter app or go to mobilemeter.us.
You already love how convenient your debit card is. How much more would you love yours if it was rewarding too? Hi, this is Ata Durakan from First Federal Savings Bank, introducing You Choose Rewards. Every time you use your First Federal debit card, you earn points that reward you with exactly what you want. Just enroll and make the same purchases you normally do. Gas, groceries, or pay bills. Our easy-to-use rewards website helps you track points and shows you how to redeem them for fabulous rewards. Whatever you choose, visit 356bank.com. First Federal Savings Bank. Get what you want out of life. Message and data rates may apply. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Yeah, had a nice chat with Sarah Lynx and got a chance to meet her dog, Axel. And she's our law enforcement official of the month for February, and that is the day after tomorrow. And, so it was great to meet her and have her here in our studio.
Mullen-Wall Shepherd mix. Real smart dog.
Oh, boy. What a beauty. Mm-hmm. But you can't go, because you got to make sure they're a working dog, right?
Yeah.
Here we go. ESPN 93.5 3-day forecast from the National Weather Service.
High 34, 27 our low tonight, up to 48 tomorrow. Cloudy and windy, down to 31 in the evening. 35 the high on Thursday, only up to 25, but sunshine as we wrap up the week Friday on February 2nd. Right now the temperature's at 18, ESPN 93.5.
And again, State of the Union will be all over tomorrow. We'll talk about it. I anticipate a good speech. I think it'll have a lot of good things in it. There are a lot of positives that have happened, but you wouldn't know it. I mean, you just look at the stock market and people's jobs, lowest unemployment that we've had in a long, long time. The growth in the last 2 quarters have been over 3%. Barack Obama's administration never got over 2 ever. And so we've got growth happening. There's consumer confidence. There's just good things, but it's just all about anti-Trump. And there are 11 congressmen and women that are not going to be there because they just can't stand being in the same room. And Ruth Bader Ginsburg, one of our justices on the United States Supreme Court, had another speaking engagement that's stunning to me.
Right.
You're in your robe, you sit there, and that's part of the thing.
Right.
But she had this thing way back in I didn't know what date that was, so she can't go. So we'll try and get John Decker.
How old?
84.
84, okay.
We'll try and have John Decker on tomorrow.
Sounds good.
He'll be in the chamber. So I'll have to get on that early to make sure I get him because he's very popular.
Do you listen to the Talking Heads much afterwards?
Yeah,
Okay.
so I do. I mean,
Okay.
and it's just will be interesting because depending on what channel you're on is exactly what you're going to get.
Uh-huh.
I would think that will the Democrats stand ever? Maybe if they say DACA and we want to make sure you have a path to citizenship, you got to stand for that. But yeah. We'll see.
Immigration is going to be a key point. That's for sure.
Well, they've got to figure something out. Time's running out. Okay, We'll meet tomorrow.
All right. Enjoy the day.
That is Diane Ducey. I am Stevie J. Thank you for listening. Go Illini tonight, 6 o'clock tip. Rutgers and the Illini at State Farm. Let's see if we can get our second win in a row. That'll feel good. Thank you for listening. We'll meet again tomorrow on the radio, ESPN 93.5. Have a great Tuesday.
Hi, it's Corey with Max Twin City Recycling. We pride ourselves on giving the area an outlet to recycle and get paid for their unwanted metals. We're taking our community focus a step further with our Recycling for a Cause program. Each month, Max Twin City will choose a different local charity to feature in an effort to raise money for those causes. Visit maxrecycling.com for a complete list of program details.
What will you plunge for this winter? Maybe you'll plunge for a family member, a coworker, or a friend. Or maybe you'll just plunge for fun. On Saturday, March 10th, join hundreds of brave participants as they take the plunge into the icy waters on the U of I campus for the athletes of Special Olympics Illinois. Sign up for the annual Law Enforcement Torch Run Polar Plunge presented by Geico, and you'll be freezing for a reason. Don't want to plunge? Donut Dash instead. Register or support a plunger at plungeillinois.com or call 345-2424. That's plungeillinois.com or 345-2424.
Check out the new BMW of Champaign. It's not like the old Twin City. They have new on-site local ownership since 2013, along with a new state-of-the-art facility. With a Customer First Service Award winner for 2015, BMW of Champaign does business your way. Yes, they have tons of cars. Yes, they'll get you what you want. Yes, they discount, deal, and even pick up and deliver. So stop in, ask for Ben, and give BMW of Champaign a look. BMW of Champaign at the corner of Neal and Burwash in Savoy.
Big Brothers Big Sisters of Central Illinois are celebrating National Mentoring Month with you in mind. Make an impact on a kid's life as you get matched up and be there for one of 80 students. They're on a waiting list to meet someone like you. Big Brothers and Big Sisters of Central Illinois are looking for potential board members and new mentors as they share information at Crane Alley on Main Street in the heart of downtown Urbana, Thursday, February 1st from 5 to 7 with the first beer free during their Bigs and Brews event. For details, bbscil.org.
Have you ever wondered what it might be like to have to sleep on the streets for just one night? Hi, I'm Rob Dahlhaus, Executive Director at See You at Home, and for many of our friends without an address, this isn't a hypothetical question, but a daily reality. On Friday, February 2nd, you will have an opportunity to sleep outside in a cardboard box to gain a new appreciation and perspective on homelessness. Please visit seeyouathome.us to find out how you can get involved in this powerful event.
Okay, keep your eyes closed.
Okay.
I want to show you my first ever painting.
All right.
Okay. Open your eyes.
Oh, that's a lot of colors and shapes.
So be honest. What do you think?
Well, I like how if you switch to Geico, you could save hundreds of dollars on car insurance.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Here, why don't I hold your paintbrush while you call them?
Geico, because saving 15% or more on car insurance is always a great answer.
Listen up. We know you just made those ambitious New Year's resolutions, but here in Champaign County, we're about to celebrate some incredible food from the area's best restaurants. So how about you throw those resolutions out the window and plan a night out during the 9 days of Champaign County Area Restaurant Week. Don't miss the celebration of food January 26th through February 3rd. Restaurants will offer pre-fixed menus for lunch and dinner. So get out and discover your new favorite dish or date night spot. Check out the great deals at our local restaurants and start planning at ccrestaurantweek.org.
This health insurance deductible is sky high.
You should consider an HSA, a health savings account. This is Linda Rogers with Prospect Bank. An HSA is designed to cover medical expenses for people just like you who have high deductible insurance plans. With Prospect Bank HSA, you get a checking account with a debit card and online banking access, and you can earn up to 1.25% APY. Check out this new opportunity by visiting bankprospect.com or your local branch. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
What's so great about the University of Illinois Laboratory High School? Just ask Junior Asante Woods.
Yes, multiple sports. We have basketball, cross country, track, soccer, swimming. We have an archery club. We have tennis. We have a lot of different sports. The clubs. We have literally so many clubs. We have clubs meeting during lunch, during uni period, after school. Currently, I'm leading 3 different clubs: Habitat for Humanity, Spanish Club, and Latino Black Committee. And I'm also a leader of the Subby Buddies, which are basically mentors to the 8th graders, the incoming 8th graders to our school. Like I said, it's a community. It's an environment where everybody really fits in and has their own place and has their own identity.
Come see what Uni High is about. Located on the campus of U of I at Springfield and Matthews. Call them today at 217-244-4791 or visit uni.illinois.edu.
Hey, it's D Brown, reminding all my fellow Salad Meister fans that they have their own app for pickup and delivery. I use the app to skip the line so I can prepay and be out in seconds. Download the app today.
Salad Meister now open in Champaign. Stop by today for a fresh salad or wrap. You're listening to